So we are on cycle 2 of trying to conceive, and I just wanted to go ahead and go over all of the tracking of my ovulation that I did this month. So I have been noticing ever since I had my son that I have been ovulating really early on in my cycle. Last month I did ovulate quite a bit early, and this month I ovulated on cycle day 11. So I ovulated on cycle day 11. So when I was pregnant with before I got pregnant with my son, I was ovulating around day 19, 20, 21. So I was ovulating really late in my cycle. And this time around I'm ovulating really early, which is kind of odd and different for me because I never really expected to ovulate this soon, and I'm kind of glad that I am tracking my ovulation right now as well, so I can see what my body is doing and where I'm at. Obviously we don't want to miss that ovulation day, so I'm glad I kind of started tracking. I know it's going to take us a while to go ahead and get pregnant, but of course tracking helps a lot, and definitely figuring out what my body is doing right now. So let me go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. So this is my little chart. I'm going to go ahead and flip it for you guys so you guys can see exactly how it progressed into ovulation. So this is cycle 2 of trying to conceive. So I went ahead and pretty much wrote everything down in here. I stopped tracking on cycle day 17. My period was 4 days long. And then starting on cycle day 8, I started tracking. Cycle day 8, I thought I was ovulating, but of course it wasn't getting darker. So I kept tracking until cycle day 11. And cycle day 11 is when I saw that the line was darker, if not darker than the control line. So I did ovulate on cycle day 11. And I also did note down in my notes that I was feeling like cramps, like ovulation cramps on my left side. So I had a feeling I was ovulating that day, and then the following day I tracked it again and it started to get lighter. For some reason cycle day 14 and 15 it looked a little dark, but it wasn't of course as dark as cycle day 11. Kept tracking, and of course it faded away by cycle day 17. So that is the second month of us trying to conceive, and ovulation day was cycle day 11. Okay, so after looking over the notebook with you guys, I did go ahead and ovulate on cycle day 11. So I did come pretty early. I stopped tracking on cycle day 17 because there was no point in me of, trying to keep going with ovulation test strips if I knew I ovulated that day. So of course I didn't track anymore. And last month I ovulated on cycle day 8, but I wasn't sure if that was accurate or not. I did a couple more, like I kept Googling stuff to see if that was, if it happens, but it does say that it does happen when you are breastfeeding, that it'll affect your ovulation days. So I noticed that I'll most likely be ovulating really early on in each of my cycles. So I'm glad I'm actually tracking it here in my notebook, and I'm continuing to track to see what my body is doing. So we, on cycle day 11, of course, there was the time to baby dance because you have just a short window when ovulation day is approaching. So when you get this positive, you pretty much have, I believe it's either 12 to 24 hours or 24 to 36 hours before you actually ovulate. So this is pretty much telling you you're approaching ovulation. So we had that time, and hopefully this month we might get pregnant. I'm not sure. We will see. I'm so excited to start testing pretty soon. So I obviously recorded this video really late, but I am starting to test for pregnancy this week. I will be approaching that pretty soon. Probably within tomorrow or the next day I will be 6 or 7 days past ovulation, and I'll go ahead and keep you guys up to date on that. But I kind of fell behind on recording this video because my husband was home, he was off, so wanted to spend time with him and the kids. So that's why I wasn't really here right now for recording this video. But as soon as this video goes up, you guys will know that we are approaching the exciting time to test, and I'm so excited to start testing. And yeah, I just can't wait to see if there's a little positive in there somewhere. But yeah, so that was pretty much it for the tracking of ovulation for the second cycle of us trying to conceive. Yeah, so I hope you guys stay tuned for more upcoming